What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. In this video, I want to talk about a $1,400 to $2,000 fourth stimulus check on the federal level. And with the economy really going into the dumper and it's really bad here. We look at how bad the economic situation is for the average American right now. 60% of Americans right now are living paycheck to paycheck or are in debt. So we're going to talk about the possibility of a fourth stimulus check of $1,400 to $2,000 and what needs to happen to get this done. And it's a good possibility because states are sending out money right now to millions of people. If you just watched my last video, you know that there is multiple different states sending out stimulus checks, tax rebate checks. I just covered this in the last video. I'll link you to this here afterwards so you can watch this next. But there's like 33 different states right now that are sending out checks to millions and millions of people. For example, South Carolina residents have until mid-October to claim a $700 stimulus check. Maine recently had an $850 stimulus check per person, which is $1,700 for married couples. Alaska had approved a $3,200 check per person, which is actually $6,400 per married couple, which is really, that's a ton of money. And California, you can see here directly from the office of Gavin Newsom, started sending out their newest round of stimulus check here. They had stimulus checks go out last year as well. But the new California Golden State stimulus checks are going out this year as well. They started going out like about 10 days ago or so. Up to 23 million Californians are going to get these stimulus checks, up to $9.5 billion in direct relief, up to $1,050 in total for the stimulus checks. It's $350 per person, up to $1,050 per family in the state of California. Again, it's for up to 23 million people in California. So with all these states sending out stimulus checks, inflation relief checks, tax refund checks, whatever you want to call it, it's very possible that the federal government could do so, seeing as how bad the economy is. But really quickly, I wanted to share this with you. Inflation is killer right now, and I'm always looking for ways to save you guys money, which is why I want to tell you guys right now about the Upside app. Upside is an app for anybody who buys gas, groceries, goes out to eat, and a lot more. Use the Upside app for all your purchases to earn cash back at your favorite participating stores and shops. Using Upside is super easy. Just claim an offer for whatever you're buying on the Upside app. Check in at the business and pay with whatever you're paying as usual with your credit or debit card and get paid. Plus, with Upside, you can earn up to 3 times more cash rewards than you can with credit cards or other rewards programs. And you can cash out your rewards anytime you want to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card to Amazon or other stores. For me personally, I like using Upside when I go to buy gas because it's something you got to buy anyways. And we all know the price of gas is ridiculous. So it's good to get some cash back on purchases like that you're going to buy anyways. So check out the Upside app here today on the App Store or on Google Play and download the free Upside app with the link down below in the description of this video and the pinned comment of this video to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. So go ahead and click that link right now and start earning cash back rewards. Okay, so now that we really can kind of think about the economy, 64% of Americans are now living paycheck to paycheck. Think about that. 64% of Americans, that's almost 2 out of every 3 Americans. And remember that all of these states are giving back money or giving out stimulus checks, tax refund checks, property tax refund checks, inflation relief checks, which is what a lot of these states are calling it, um, to millions of people. So for the federal government to do the exact same thing is a very real possibility. They could basically send out a targeted stimulus check to people making $50,000 or under, $75,000 or under, um, and say, hey, we realize that 2 out of every 3 Americans are struggling to pay their bills. And they could put parameters on this and say, okay, this is only going to be for low income Americans or low income and people on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA, RRB, or people with children. Okay, especially because the child tax credits have not been enhanced. They have not been able to pass that, which it will go back down to $2,000 a year. So keep that in mind. A lot of people don't realize that. They haven't been able to come to an agreement on that. They're going to try to do that again here before the end of the year, regardless of what happens with the midterm elections. But even if they don't pass it, it reverts back down to $2,000 a year. You need to file taxes to get it, but you needed to file taxes to get the other half of what happened last year. You got the monthly payments for half the year, but the other half of it, $1,500 to $1,800, you get by filing your 2021 taxes. So keep that in mind. Okay. Um, but all these states are sending out inflation relief checks, so there's no reason that the federal government can't as well. And in fact, they could even use the excuse saying, hey, all these states are doing it, so we want to do it as well because we're going to call it an inflation relief check. And we're only going to do it to the people who need it. And also remember that there's somewhere around $600 billion of leftover stimulus money that they could use and not even need to print any new money. Okay. So, technically they could use this money and not add any new money to inflation because it's already accounted for. It's already been printed. It's already been allocated by or allocated for from stimulus package 1, 2 underneath Trump and 3 underneath Biden. Okay, so this is leftover money that's a little bit left over from stimulus package 1, a little bit left over from stimulus package 2, a little bit left over from stimulus package 3. And if you add all that up, there's somewhere around $600 billion left over. That's a lot of money. And um, they haven't used it. It's just kind of sitting there in government accounts somewhere, not used. Okay. You kind of think about all these states that have money as well. They have a lot of money as well. So all these states, like California has a $97 billion surplus. Texas and Florida both have over $20 billion surpluses, and each state has, every single state that I've seen has a surplus, which means extra money on top of what they used for their budget. And they have stimulus money from the last stimulus package. I haven't seen a single state that has either A, used all their stimulus money, and B, doesn't have a surplus. So it's kind of a record time right now where money is just kind of at a plethora. Okay, so it's a unique time right now, especially because of how bad the economy is right now. The Fed is raising interest rates to kind of keep inflation in check. But what they're doing while they're doing this is they're inadvertently hurting especially lower income people, the people this hurts the most, the people that struggle already just to pay their bills, just to buy food, just to pay rent, just to kind of keep up with everything already. Because if you're paying debt on credit cards, this means you're going to pay more debt on credit cards. I read a recent article here that said for every $5,000 that you have on credit card debt, it's going to cost you approximately around $1,100 more in interest on that debt with the rising interest. Okay, because remember that credit cards can raise interest as the interest rates go up, and they're doing so. Okay, remember that credit card interest is variable. It's not a locked in interest rates, and credit card interest rates have already started to drift up this year. And if you have credit card debt, it's probably already gone up multiple times. Remember, they've hiked interest rates like uh, five five times this year already, and there's going to be another one coming here next month, and they're going to raise interest rates again later on this year. So states are giving back money. We've already seen 3 stimulus checks. We've already seen other types of relief like rent assistance, mortgage assistance, utility assistance. We've seen over $40 billion in rent assistance. There may be some rent assistance still available. It depends on your state. I have links down below in the description of this video. It's right by the title. You click the down arrow to open up the description. I have videos showing you how to apply for rent assistance in your area. All my videos are completely free. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Part of my mission is to keep you guys updated on everything and all this stuff going on here on a daily basis and what's going on here in our country. But there's rent assistance, $40 billion. You know, most of that has been spent, but there might be some still available. There's mortgage assistance for homeowners of $9.9 billion. Each state has their own share of that. There's a video showing you how to apply for that in your state. It doesn't cost anything to apply for this stuff, and I show you how to find this stuff in exactly your state. Okay, again, this is programs from the last stimulus package and in your state. These are directly from the government. So I've had so many messages, thousands and thousands of messages throughout the last year or two on my YouTube channel saying, "Thank you, Jimmy, for showing me these," because it was basically like an extra stimulus check or 2 or 3, because some people got there's a lot of people that got rent assistance and got their rent paid for a year. So think about that. Think about getting your rent paid for a year, how many stimulus checks that was worth. Or homeowners assistance can be thousands and thousands of dollars. There's also a link for utility assistance in there. You can get utility assistance for hundreds of dollars or over $1,000 as well, and you can actually get that every single year, and that's available, I think, in almost every single state. So there's really a lot of different things going on here in our country, and with how bad the economy is, the possibility for another stimulus check on the federal level is very, very real as well, especially because we see all these states doing it. And they already have the money. They don't even really need to approve new money because there's already $600 billion left over on the federal level. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and I will keep you up to date here on these developments and um, what happens with it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon after you subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. New videos come out here on our YouTube channel every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click here to see my newest video on the 33 different states that are sending out checks to millions of Americans. And here is my newest video on the Social Security announcement raise. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.